Today I'm going to be cooking stuffed fish, and sister is going to be helping in the kitchen, and she's making banana bread. We're actually doing chocolate chip cranberry banana bread, and mom is going to do stuffed fish, but this time I'm going to add some shrimp in. So I have going in my saute pan an onion. I have 2 onions and 1 green bell pepper, a large green bell pepper, and 2 medium onions. So that's probably about the equivalent of a large onion. And I'm just sweating these vegetables down, and I'm actually going to saute them. I don't want them to just get translucent, but I'm actually going to cook them. And the reason why, excuse me y'all, onions are like the worst. And these are strong today. The reason why is because I'm going to be using a box stuffing. And whenever you do a box stuffing, if you want to make it a little bit more homemade, you can add fresh sauteed vegetables. So that's what I'm doing over here. Normally I would also add in some celery, but I forgot to pick some up today. But anyway, while my veggies are going, and in this pan, I actually just have 2 medium onions, 1 green bell pepper, some salt, and some pepper. And so that's kind of what we got going on there. And that's going to be cooking. We're actually doing these in foil. I'm going to put these in a foil wrap and put them into the oven. And I think these will be for a late lunch. So right now it's about 11:30, and we'll probably eat these about 1 o'clock or so. And it's going to be everything in one. While I'm working on this, sister is going to be working on a chocolate chip cranberry banana bread. And so we're using a bread mix from Walmart. It's just add 2 bananas, water, and an egg. And then we're adding into this semi-sweet chocolate chips and some cranberries. So sister's going to start mashing up her banana with her fork. So that's what she's doing. She's mashing up her banana with the fork while mom is working on the veggies. We had some overly ripe bananas that we really needed to just try to use up, so that's why we're doing that. In the meantime, while she's doing that, I'm going to actually get my cookie sheet out and start making my foil wraps. Keep mashing, sister. So in prep for the storm tonight, we're just doing some things ahead. I'm going to help her out just a little bit. We're just doing a few things ahead so we can kind of snack on some things. But this is going to be really good. We've made this before. And then what we've done is we've actually made French toast out of this. So that's mashed up pretty good. Sister's going to just add in her egg. And we'll add that to the garbage bowl. And stir. Stir, stir, stir. To add in that egg, so we've got 2 ripe bananas, 1 egg. Stir, stir, stir really well. Get it all incorporated and add your water. Oops. And I've got my water just boiling over here. That was a 1/3 cup of water. In with our banana and our egg. And I'm just working on sauteing my vegetables. So that looks pretty good, and sister's going to open up her mix. happened on this when I was in Walmart one day, because I really do like banana bread, but I don't do all the traditional, use this flour, use that flour. Normally I don't have lots and lots of time, so I do a lot of things that are kind of what I would call semi-homemade. And so that mix is already put together. There's no measuring of anything in the mix because it's already pre-measured. And I'm going to let Sister stir that. Move away her trash. In the meantime, I'm sauteing my veggies. I'm actually going to add just a tiny little pat of butter in here. And it's really just for flavor. Because I have vegetable oil in the pan, but I'm adding in just a little bit of butter for some flavor. When I'm home or have a chance to be home, I really do like to cook savory meals. Something that's warm, stick to your ribs. Although it is unusually warm here with the amount of, with this storm coming through. Like outside, it feels like it's just the humidity level is horrible. It's hot, it's muggy, it's been raining off and on. It's not raining right now, but through the night it rained pretty good. So let me see what Sister's got going on over here. That looks pretty good, Sister. And then we're going to add in the extras. So this is what the banana bread looks like, all stirred in together. One mix. 1 egg, a 1/3 cup of water, 2 ripe bananas, and then we're going to do the things we like to add in. So Sister is going to add in some, I'm just trying to get a spatula, a rubber spatula out here, because it actually helps to scrape the bowl. So this rubber spatula will help to scrape the sides of the bowl while she adds in all her add-ins. But we were out of school today, so the kids are actually going to have homeschool later, as soon as we get everything done, or at least in the oven. And then we're just going to add in to taste how many we like. There's like no precise measuring to that part of it. Stir it around and then you can tell if you want. So in the meanwhile, I'm going to prepare off 8 small packs of tin foil. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to buddy these up 2 foils a piece because we're doing 4 fish. We're doing a tilapia that's already skinned and filleted. Just move some things over to the side. Here's our emergency batteries and all that kind of stuff. Gotta have the coffee right now. Kind of working for my life. Here's our garbage bowl. So this is actually kind of what it looks like. Let's get that right. Okay, because I'm not using that right now. So finishing up here with my veggies, because I do want them to get nice and sauteed. And as that is working, I'm going to take you over to the sink and show you my fish. So, I'm doing a fish and a shrimp today, which normally I only do this with fish, but I found some shrimp on sale at Walmart, and so I'm using the tilapia fillets, and they were frozen when I bought them, so I'm actually just thawing them out. I had them sitting in some water. And I'm actually just going to cut the plastic pieces off. Oh. Cut my plastic if it wants to cut. It's not playing nice with me right now. Throw that in there. This is a simple tilapia. Tilapia is good because it's not a real heavy fish. It's not a lot of calories, and it is kind of hearty and meaty, so I do actually like tilapia a lot. Then on the other hand, there's no bones because this is already filleted out, so I don't have to do quite as much to it. So I've gotten them out of the packet, and now I'm just going to rinse them off. And again, remember, these are going in my foil packet, so that's going to work out pretty good. So I'm simply just washing those off. And to that, I'm going to strain out the water from my shrimp, because I had some shrimp thawing out as well. I'm going to do something very simple to the shrimp and the tilapia at the same time, which is just season them. Salt, black pepper, probably a little bit of garlic powder, maybe. And we'll see what else I have going on over there. So I'm going to bring this over. Just do a little seasoning. I don't like wet counters, so I'm just using that. And I actually am going to stir this. Alright, so my veggies look good. And I'm just going to turn that down on low. And this is all coming together. So sister's got her cranberries and her chocolate chips into her her banana bread. We did not add nuts in here. And this is all done. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pour this in. While she's doing that, here, sister, spray them over there. While she's doing that, I'm going to salt and black pepper and season up my fish and my shrimp. This is seasoned to taste. Remember, this is 1/8 of a teaspoon. So that's like 4/8 or 1/2 of a teaspoon is what I put in there. My veggies are done. I won't be doing anything else to the veggies specifically, but I'm going to add the stuffing in there. And I'm going to make it a little bit drier than normal because I'm going to put it in the oven and add a little bit of butter to the top. So I've got salt, cracked black pepper in here. So salt, cracked black pepper, a little bit of onion powder. And the stuffing will have onions, so really there'll be onions already there, but just to give it a little bit more of an onion flavor, and adding in just a little bit of garlic powder. Not garlic salt, remember, because of my blood pressure, I don't do garlic salt. So that's everything I need out of there. Alright, so we're getting ready to assemble. And with that being said, I'm only using one box, so I think I'll do the chicken. That can go in the pantry. I'm only doing one box of stuffing, so I'm going to open this. It's just like the regular stuffing that I would do for the holidays. My kids do not like regular make it with the bread stuffing. They just like the stovetop. That's what I've always cooked, but I've always added in chicken broth and giblets and sausage. I'm not adding sausage into this today, but I am adding in one box of the chicken stuffing to my garbage bowl with that. I'm going to add in just a little bit of butter. Sister, you can go ahead and pour your bread into your pans, half and half. I'm going to add in the butter here. And of course, this calls for you to measure it out exactly right, but, you know, who got time for that? And then I had some water, just some regular water boiling on the back of the stove. Normally I would use a chicken broth, but I don't have chicken broth today, so I'm just using regular water. And what I'm doing is just pouring in enough to soften up our breadcrumbs, or our bread pieces. Just enough, and it's just a little bit at a time. You can always add in. It's very tough to subtract. So just enough to soften. Mix around the peppers and the onions and the butter. I think just a little bit more water there, and we're done with that. Yeah, I think that'll work. Just to get those last few pieces that did not want to soften up. And again, I'm making this a little drier than I normally would because it's going to cook for a little bit. Let's add in one little bit more. There we go. But this is going to finish in the oven because the fish has to cook and the shrimp have to cook. So I'm turning this off. All of the breadcrumbs are now soft, and you could eat this just like this if you wanted to, but we're going to assemble. So I've seasoned my shrimp and my fish, and now I'm just going to work it around, and now I'm going to start layering in the packets. So in each packet, it's going to have one piece of fish. That's going right in the center of the packet. One piece of fish, and then to that I'm going to add over a spoonful of the stuffing. And that's a generous helping of the stuffing because this is going to serve as a one-pack meal. Now, unless I decide to do a separate veggie, there's not going to be any more veggies going with this or anything else. So this really is just a one packet meal. Everything in at one time. One serving of everything for each individual person. And there is just a little bit of that left, but that's okay. So in here I've got the tilapia, which is going to start to cook when you add that hot stuffing on there. And then I'm going to take a few of the shrimp and add that on top of the stuffing. So a few shrimp apiece. Let me throw this in the sink and wash my hands really fast. And we're going to the oven with everything at one time. The banana bread and the packets. So the last step is just to add a little bit of butter to each packet. And that's just so it can have a little bit of kind of a juice. Normally you could add a little lemon to that if you wanted. I don't have any lemon, so I'm not adding it in. And that's perfectly okay. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to do is gather my packets in the middle. And I'm going to close the sides. Make sure it's nice and sealed because everything is going to steam inside of that packet. So that's one. Get all the air out as much as I can. Roll the edges. Roll the edges here. And that's two. Come together in the middle. Roll, roll, roll. Roll my ends. Roll this end. That's two. Roll, roll, roll. Roll the ends. is for. So remember, the shrimp and the fish are not cooked. The stuffing that went on top was cooked. But now what we're going to do is allow the seafood to kind of steam inside of the steam packets. So I'm going to go to my oven, which needs cleaning, but y'all don't judge me. Dropped a French fry in there the other. I'm going to cook the banana bread. So I'm going to put 2 of the banana bread pans in. And also the fish pan. I'm hoping that will work. If not, I'll have to put the banana bread in the top. I may have to do that. Not that long. Will work. I'm going to change that. I'm going to get a smaller pan because that long one doesn't need to be in there. Then we can get everything on one rack. And they're all cooked pretty much the same time. So let's... Oh yeah. There we go. That'll work better. And then I'm going to put the banana bread in the bottom. Try to put it in the bottom without burning myself. Maybe. Because I have that pizza stone in there, which always stays in the oven. Okay, there we go. We got everything on one rack. It's all going to cook for about 35 minutes. How many people does it take to... There we go. Alright, so we're just going to clean up here, and pretty much that's what we're cooking tonight. We're going to have tortellini. Oh, we're having ravioli and sausage tonight. So we just wanted you to kind of join us as we went into our kitchen, and hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found some things you can do that maybe you have never tried before. And we'll see you next time we cook. Bye.